Welcome to Five Lemons Laughing. I'm here with
Oh, it's
Penny
not quite
today.
five.
It's
Yeah.
not quite- oh,
It's
we're doing,
two
I guess,
lemons laughing.
yeah, guess we're doing a little squeeze today.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Oh
other
my gosh.
lemonettes are out, in real life, doing their real life stuff as it
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
excited to come together with Penny. I just went on a great motorcycle adventure with my husband, and we're going to talk about that and what I learned from it. And we're going to go from there and just see what happens.
I
Mm,
love it, Amanda. So you went on a motorcycle ride.
we
You,
did.
yeah. So let's just unpack that. So obviously it had a big impact on you for all of the work that you've been doing in your transformation.
Mhm.
So yeah. So tell us, what did you do? Where did you go? Why did you go? All that good stuff.
All
When did
right.
you go?
Yeah, I love that. So I went, thank you for all those. Like we'll just run down the who, what, where, when, why, and
Yeah.
how. So we went to Utah, a little town called Hannah. It's in the northern part of the state, and it is the northern part that touches Colorado. And
Oh,
it,
okay.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Utah touches Colorado, and then there's a little hat that comes up on the western side that touches Wyoming. So we were still in the across from northern Colorado. And the mountains were huge. The trees were huge. It was just green and beautiful. Ended up going to a motorcycle rally, and it was like you drove through the state park to a dude ranch, and it was amazingly beautiful. So that was our destination. And it was a 12 or 13-hour ride to get there.
Wow. How many
Wow.
miles?
I don't know. It was
Wow,
a
that's
lot.
a lot. Like it's like 600 or 700 miles, probably.
Yeah. 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 It's a
Wow,
lot.
that's a lot.
So we took 2 days going there and 2 days coming back. And I ride with my husband, and we choose not to have the headphones and the music. It's just silence, right? It's just
Mm,
that's how we ride. And it is meditation because it's like 5 hours, 6 hours a day with nothing. I mean, we
mhm.
do stop and we do.
But the wind.
Yeah, the wind and it's what's around, and going
Mhm,
there's a lot of open space, which is really
mhm,
amazing. And I really learned something with that much silence. There's a learning curve about what's in the mind, especially
mhm.
since I'm on this journey to, I don't know if purify the mind is the right thing. I don't know what the
Um,
word is, but to
I think
change
it
my,
is.
yeah, to change my thoughts from
Mhm,
hate and attack and defend and all of those things into just for the ease, into love and peace and joy. So that's what I'm
mhm,
training my mind to do. And it was so interesting. Right when we left, my mind wanted to go to all of the things that I didn't like, right? It's just like last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about something, Penny, and when we were doing our mid-year check-ins,
mhm.
we brought up that our minds want to go to all the negative stuff first
Yeah.
instead of focusing on all the work that we did. And so this is me looking back at the trip, right? So I noticed that my mind wanted to go to all the things I didn't like. So um, my favorite speed on a motorcycle is like 45, 55. Like,
That would have taken 4 days.
exactly. And I know that, right?
But what's Mike's favorite speed?
Oh, like 90. So, so right when we leave here, it takes maybe 15, 20 minutes to get to the highway. And there wasn't that much highway, but my mind started going because we had to get on the highway. Maybe we were on it for like 30 minutes, and the speed limit here is 80. So we were going 80-ish. And my mind was like, because like you got to hunker down. Like motorcycles, you don't get to move around. I mean, I still
Hmm.
look around, but there was a lot of things. And I have a favorite pair of sunglasses that are also motorcycle glasses, but I wear them every day. And so my mind was just going bananas. Like, oh my God, I got to sit here. We're going 80. There's cars. There's like, and I just would turn my head a little bit and my glasses would like, the wind would get them and they would slip. And I was just like, my mind was going just, oh, in all of the things that have ever come up on a motorcycle ride that I didn't like, right? My mind was processing those. Like, I can't believe we're going so fast. My glasses, and and I would look and my glasses would slip and I would have to stop them from blowing off. And I could and that's not good to move suddenly on a motorcycle. No point.
Hmm.
Right.
Going 80 miles an hour.
Going 80 miles an hour. There's no, you just don't do that.
Hmm.
And so we did an overpass where we came to a light, right? And Mike and I could actually communicate. And he was like, "What are you doing?" Like, and it was anger, right? But I get it, right? Because in that there's fear and anger. There's a lot of
Hmm.
there's a
Hmm.
lot of fear and anger. And
Hmm.
I'm like, "You're right." Like I know my glasses are slipping. He's like, I was like, every time I move my head, my glasses slip. He's like, "Don't move your head."
Yet.
Right. So the first, I would say hour and a half was just mental, just BS going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
All of the things. Looking back at it now, it's funny because I realized what happened was going on, but when I was in it, man, wasn't pleasant at all. And then we stop for to fuel up, and and of course, we're talking about like what's going on. You're moving around. I'm like, my glasses keep slipping, and he's like, well, why don't you put on your other glasses? Like it didn't even dawn on me. Not that I could change them, in the middle of a ride, but I was
Right.
getting ready to get on with the same glasses. And, we always take a backup pair of, we always take backup pairs of stuff like glasses, right? And
Sure.
I put my, yeah, and it was just a simple little fix. Like I put my other glasses on. It was like just changing realities, right? Like a
Oh,
self-imposed pain in the ass, right? I just took those off. I put those in the saddlebag and I put on a more appropriate mental set. So
wow.
then, like, it really changed the perspective. And then I got on and I could enjoy looking around. It's
Mhm.
like my mind needed that time to just process out all of the stuff so I could get down to um enjoyment. And isn't that like that just is such a metaphor for just real life stuff.
Boy, is it ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, Amanda.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it only took you till the first gas stop to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you, Mike, for helping, right?
thank you. I was like, when he said, "Why don't you change your glasses?" I'm like, ting, ding, ding.
Oh,
Yeah,
we need those helpers, don't we?
we do. We
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
and so then we still had like 5 hours left, right? A long
Hmm. Hmm.
time. And we were going through, so I live in New Mexico. So I live in the northern part of the state, in the middle. So we had to go, we were headed west. And so we went to the Four Corners region, like where um New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, they all come together. So went across there. Um, and we still had to go through some little towns and which was, like traffic. We still went through some cities that had traffic, nothing like LA, right? Nothing like California traffic. But my version of traffic, my tolerance for traffic has changed a lot since moving to
Hmm.
a place where there's no population.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got up out on the open road, like through um Utah. We went through Moab. We just
Oh, beautiful area.
so beautiful and like wide open.
Wow.
spaces. Yeah. And here's just a little side note for anyone that's taking a motorcycle adventure in that area or going to traveling, get gas every time you can. Because like we went through stretches, no gas stations, no nothing, like hours of nothing, which is
Wow.
wow. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing because most of our motorcycling is on the East Coast, and there's, you don't go too far without gas stations. Here out in the middle of the country, there's lots of spaces with nothing.
But did you
Nothing.
guys ever have some nervousness if you were going to make it to the next station?
No.
Because you
We,
always filled up.
yeah. I mean, because a couple hours on the bike, you're ready to get off anyway. Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
and move around. So once I changed my mind and my perspective, it shifted my thinking shifted and I was able to really appreciate the scenery. And then my mind training kicked in.
So
Um,
tell me about that. What kicked in?
like my default seems to be I love A Course in Miracles and all of that includes, and I think it all rolls into one, the mind training. And what
Hmm.
really kicked in was the whole Oponopono stuff.
Oh,
Hmm. Because part of meditation and part of our minds, like our minds think that's their job. So it's hard
yeah.
not to have I don't know about you, Penny, but in meditation, let me ask you this. Are you able to have no thoughts during meditation?
No, as a matter of fact, no.
I'm
And, and my
so glad you said that.
what yeah, that is like I think that's what we're headed towards, right? Is to be able to have no thoughts during meditation. And maybe I get little tiny glimpses for maybe a nanosecond, and then the thoughts come rushing back in. So what I've had to start doing, well, not had to, but what's helping me to be letting those thoughts go more is that I'm either counting my, 4 counts in for my inhale and 4 counts out for my inhale, like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I needed to say an affirmation like I am on the inhale, I am on the on the exhale. And so I'm not there yet. So I have to do that. Yeah. Or I don't have to. I get to do that to help quiet my mind and then I catch myself like in the middle of it all and I'm thinking about, oh, what are we going to record on the podcast or uh, what's going on with my day? And then sometimes, and I'm sure I can't wait to hear about this, I'll get little intuitive hits that says, oh, go do this. That will help that project you're working on, or do that. And then I go, oh, okay, thank you. And then I go back to counting because, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're talking about this because before I actually started meditating all the time and working on this, I thought that meditation was a quiet mind, but I'm beginning to realize that um the mind's job is to think and like to give the mind a something to do, unless I don't know what goes beyond it. But like yoga master might have completely quiet mind, but I'm not there yet. And like just
Not
giving the
there yet
mind
either.
something, yeah, simple
Hmm.
to do is is helpful in meditation because and that's what go ahead, you thinking about
Yeah.
something.
Well, yeah. One of the lessons this last week, we're studying the Course in Miracles lessons, and I can't remember which one, but it the insight from Marianne Williamson, I believe it was her, said that the sky is always blue. So
Yeah.
like God's love is always there.
Mhm.
We don't have to do anything to get it. But sometimes we say, oh, like right now my sky is gray. Well,
Mhm.
it's really not gray. It's just that there's clouds in front of the blue sky.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that, I went, oh, so these thoughts that are going through my mind are just little clouds going through my blue sky, and they can just like float away. And that's one of the things that I try to do is just, oh, there's a thought next or whatever, and instead of letting the thought take me over. But I just really love that analogy that we always have a blue sky. So I guess we always have a clear mind, a quiet,
Mhm.
calm mind, but all these clouds are in the way of us having that clear mind. So I
Ooh,
thought
I
that was
love
really, yeah, I thought that was a really nice analogy.
that.
Yeah.
So back
Back
to
on the motorcycle. Back on the
back on the
motorcycle.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
So Ho'oponopono, for
I
those,
love Ho'oponopono.
me
Yeah.
too. So for those maybe who are just tuning in for the first time, we've talked about it several times. But it's a Hawaiian, I believe, tradition.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
talks about the whole point is to go to the 0 point. And the
Yes.
0 point is just like it sounds. It's the place of stillness. It's the place of creation. It's a place of, what else would you say about the 0 point?
Forgiveness,
For,
love.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unity, connection. It
Hmm.
is the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
And so Ho'oponopono is about the 0 point, being in the 0 point. And then there's a practice of forgiveness. There's a practice of clearing all negative karma. There's a practice of just erasing all of the BS that we have going on in our lives and restoring back to the 0 point. There's the simple part of that is there's I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. So that's the abbreviated version of Ho'oponopono, and saying that over and over again. And what it really means is when you say I'm sorry to whatever being or whatever person, you're not only apologizing for whatever action that you took, but it's really about I'm sorry for leaving the 0 point. I'm
Hmm.
sorry for
Hmm.
all the judgments that I'm judging you right now
Yeah.
for.
And
Judge,
please forgive me.
yeah, forgive me
Yeah.
for leaving the 0 point, for
Hmm.
speaking or doing or acting out of, if you 0 point was unconditional love, everything out of love, right?
Yeah.
And then
I just want to jump in 1 second on that
yeah, please
because
do.
Jennifer Ruth Russell has a beautiful, beautiful song called The Prayer Chant. And it's just her and her fellow singers. And they just sing those four statements over and over again. I love you. 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 Please forgive me. Thank you.
Mhm.
It's just so beautiful. And so a lot of times when I'm writing a forgiveness letter, which is a practice that we do, or I just need to be, um, like I need to be showered with Honoponopono, I put on that song and just play it on repeat
Oh,
over and over again. It's just so beautiful. It just helps me get into a really connected place.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I like that. I love that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Um,
So on with your story, Amanda.
yeah. Hold on. We're integrate, so uh I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you.
Hmm.
So the thank you is like a real gratitude, right? It's because once you
Hmm.
restore the 0 point, it's not a gratitude coming from outside you. So like if I were to say I'm sorry to you for whatever action I did, Penny, um, and you would say I don't forgive you, right? Like there's still gratitude because that's our ego talking to ego, right? What Ho'opono talks about is coming to the 0 point. And once you're in the 0 point, gratitude is present, no matter what it looks like out in the real world.
So the 0 point is like when you're totally connected, right?
When you're
Connected to
totally,
your higher power, your source energy, the universe. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
then I love you is really it's easy to be in the place of that if you're in
Hmm.
0 point. So that is
Yeah.
an in-depth that's an in-depth of what Ho'oponopono actually, to me, that's the core message of it. And so I gave my mind that to do as we were
Mhm.
on our motorcycle trip because we're New Mexico, Utah, um, it's huge, vast, open, see forever, right? You could see a long, long ways.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so as I was coming into um, a new perspective, which was, hours long, an hour, before we would go over a mountain or over a hill and it would change. Um, that's what I gave my mind to do, like a real forgiveness practice.
So I'm curious about that, Amanda. Did you give it a specific, like, were you working on a specific um, forgiveness, or were you just allowing your mind to? take it and run with it? Like, I mean, did something come up in or, your previous perspective that you recognized that you wanted to work on, or was it just generic?
I think it was more generic because I don't remember specifically, but what cued me to do it was noticing that I wasn't present, right? Like I would notice, something would go, oh, you're not actually on the motorcycle right now,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the view. Like I was twisted up about whatever, like our mind
Uh-huh,
thinks
uh-huh.
about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that part didn't matter. And it would remind me, I would go to the Ho'oponopono and the longer version of it, because I had lots of time. So I said in my mind, the longer version, which is so I would be going into a new open area. And I think the earth still holds trauma, like spirit,
Yes, it
like
does.
like, if you think about what has happened in this area, in every place in the United States, right there, or every place on the planet, there has
Yeah.
trauma in the earth. And part
Yeah.
of Ho'oponopono is restoring not only the people that we interact with, that we can see, but everything to
Mm-hmm.
the 0 point. So once I remembered or noticed that my mind was going cuckoo, I would go to the prayer of and really think about clearing the energies of where I was driving through. And then that prayer is, if my family, relatives, or ancestors have harmed you, meaning wherever I was driving through, your
Mm-hmm.
family, relatives, or ancestors, in thoughts, words, deeds, or actions from the beginning of time into the present, I ask for your forgiveness. And then I would mentally, I'm sorry, forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Allow
Wow.
this, yeah, to clear all negative karma,
Powerful.
all, release all negative karma, heal it back to the root cause throughout all dimensions of time and space, throughout all realities, so we can be restored to the 0 point. And so I would do that over and over and over again. Um, and it was just amazing.
And
And,
your trip must have been really smooth.
it was so smooth. Like,
Yeah.
so Mike picked this motorcycle rally out of the internet, just right. Like we don't know these people. We've never been to Utah. Mike saw it. A motorcycle rally was going on in this obscure place in Utah, and we went, right. Like, that's what we do. Motorcycle people are really nice. Like, we've been to lots of motorcycle rallies, and people are nice. So there was no worry about that, because I know that when you're on a motorcycle and around other motorcycle people, it's just, first of all, it's a hoot, right?
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Yeah, most of the time, it is a hoot, because the culture is just free and open, and nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there, and it was a really small motorcycle rally, because like it's in the middle of nowhere. You actually ended up going down a dirt road. I was starting to doubt that we were in the right place, because like, who takes motorcycles down dirt roads? Um, and the people just opened their arms and welcomed us in, like we were their long lost friends. And it
Uh-huh.
was an amazing time. And I think all that work of clearing, like, so like I expected to show up and it just be full of love. And it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was
Nice.
funny, and we had a good time. We
Wow.
got, we got there a day late, but that's okay. The the dates on the website were off. But that's okay. Like, because
Last year's dates, huh?
they were last year's dates. So, but that it didn't matter, because then
Well,
yeah. So anywho, so that was fun. That was
that
so
is amazing. Way
mhm,
to change your perspective, way to change your mind about things, way to
mhm.
clear the energy as you were driving. I mean, that's just so amazing. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Like, oh, I don't know what the date was, but there was a big, um, I guess it's a rally here on John Lewis's birthday for Make Good Trouble. is what it was. So make
I
good
don't know who
trouble.
John Lewis is.
He was a senator from one of the southern states, and he was one of the civil rights people. He was like in Selma when they crossed the bridge, and he was,
Okay.
I think he was like one of the ones that was really like, yeah. Anyway, so he was all about making good trouble, not making, not, doing bad things against the people that were um, being racially, doing stuff against them.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I went to this rally here in Morgan Hill, where I live, and it was really amazing. So, well, I was going to say where I live, but it's where we all live.
Mhm.
The First Nation was here first, right? And then
Yeah.
we've pushed them off their land. And there was a whole group of some of the tribal members from the tribes that are in this area throughout Northern California. And they were dressed in their traditional costumes, and they did a beautiful, well, they walked first for like a mile to get to where the end point, where we were at an ICE detention center in Morgan Hill. And so they did this whole ritual to clear the energy and to, bless Mother Earth. And it was just so beautiful. And I was so happy that I was part of it and that I got to witness that because, yeah, we've done some horrific things, like you were saying, to the land and to the people that inhabited the land here. And so I love that you were clearing it. And I mean, it's really important to thank Mother Earth for everything that she's done for us because she's doing her best based on what we're doing to
Yeah.
her. And so, yeah, so that just when were talking about clearing, that just reminded me of that, those are our little parts that we can do to help the communities we live in or even the world. It helped the world, what you were doing, Amanda. It was
Yeah.
really amazing.
And I would say it's not little, right? You said
No.
it's not little. It's not a little thing.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
amazing that you did that 2 weekends ago. And 2 weekends ago was when I was on my trip.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's something that gets missed a lot. Like when you tune into TV, when you tune
Hmm.
into,
Hmm.
you're seeing only a fraction of what actually is going on in the world. And the way that it's amplified on the news, um, is like this is what's going on in the world, but
Hmm.
it isn't. It is. I'm
Yeah.
not denying that it's happening. I'm not
Yeah.
denying that what we're going through, the shifts and changes, like need, it things do need to shift. Things do need to change.
Hmm.
We need
Hmm.
to, there needs to be openness. There needs to be clarity, all of those things. There needs to be compassion.
Yeah.
And with the I think what mainstream media is doing is media in general is just focusing on a small part of what is actually happening in the
Hmm.
world.
Hmm.
Because like you witnessed a whole clearing thing. I was doing
Hmm.
clearing. Like I
Hmm.
know
Hmm.
of huge communities of people that meditate every day that are
Yeah.
speak from a loving place. Hey, maybe
Yeah.
next week let's plant this little seed. We can talk about like letting go of the noise of the media.
Oh
That
my
would be,
gosh.
yeah, letting go of the noise and what
Yeah.
that means.
Yeah. I mean, I do go and listen to the media just to get caught up on what's going on. So I'm not totally out of touch.
Mhm.
And I can't do it very often because it takes me out of my connection. But I mean,
Takes you off your zero
yeah.
point.
Yeah, it takes me off my 0 point. And it's a good practice because even when I went through my coach's training, the mentor that was teaching us, she said, really get connected to who you are and then go watch the news and you'll look at it from a different perspective. Because if you can stay connected, it's when we get disconnected is when, that's when things, that's when we get upset or we start worrying or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is a newscaster too. She used to be on CNN, and I cannot think of what her name is. But she has a whole her channel, and she's had this for many years. Is all about the positive news that's out there
Wow.
because that doesn't always sell. And so, let me see if I can find her really quick. Former CNN with
Mhm.
good news. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Darian Kagan. And she wrote a book of what's possible. And she has a whole, well, I think it's just online, but it's all about the positive stories that she focuses on the positive stories because she realized that she was on CNN, that that very rarely do they spend the time to describe stories that emphasize stories where we overcome challenges, where we demonstrate triumph of the human spirit. So she expanded that, and she's done a documentary. And I'm trying to find out what her what her station is called, and I can't find it right now. But I haven't looked at it for a while, but I did look at it quite a bit when I was going through my coaches training and stuff because I wanted to find places where it was positive versus always focusing on the negative that's going on. So
Yeah.
Darren Kagan, it's Daryn Kagan, Kagan is her name. So you could probably just look for her. She has a podcast. I just looked it up.
Oh, fun.
um, yeah. So anyway, it's a more positive spin on the news versus what we all tend to look at
Mm-hmm.
is the
Yeah.
negative stuff. Yeah.
The drama.
Yeah. Yeah. The drama.
The
Yeah.
drama.
The trauma.
The
Yeah.
drama that we get addicted to in our brains.
Yeah.
And that's one
Yeah.
thing that's really nice about motorcycling with no music, because that's like it's just meditation, hours and hours of no outside stimulus. Well, which isn't quite true because like, you could, you see, you're looking. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's stimulus from nature. I think that's a little bit different than stimulus from a TV or,
it is
uh,
different. Hmm.
yeah, it's different. I think you're closer to God there when you're on the motorcycle riding through
Absolutely.
the open plains or the
Yeah.
open whatever, the open spaces.
Mhm.
Isn't it cool that there's still all these beautiful open spaces? Yeah.
Amazing. It is
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So lovely, Amanda. Thank you for sharing your motorcycle story on how you changed your perspective so
Yeah.
quickly. I mean, that is progress, man.
That is progress. Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's partnership, it's communication, it's all like those skills. Because last year we went on a motorcycle adventure to Oklahoma, and all of it was 90 miles an hour. And so, like, for the first 6 hours, my mind was like, "You MFer, I can't believe that I'm doing this."
You're
And
going
so,
to kill me.
I never
Wow.
worried about death, but it was just
Oh,
uncomfortable, right? Because you're going so fast, you have to be super still. And like, I didn't want to look around. And, like going through the panhandle of Texas where the wind is going, right?
wow.
Thing I really don't do. I don't fear death.
Oh,
Like, so
gosh.
I don't let that thought when I'm on a motorcycle have an inch, right? It doesn't
That's
get
good.
1 inch in my mind because then it would just be a spiral into
Yeah.
misery. But it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
at the end of that day, or not at the end of that day, finally, I was just like, I'm done. Mike is like, oh my God, do you want to turn around? I'm like, no, we're getting in the nearest hotel and we're going to just be done with this day. I am done with this day.
And
But
how was the next day?
it was a lot better because like it took me bubbling up, right? Like um, to speak my truth, like, cause we stopped, several times in that day. And I never was like, I just never, you know, I would like to say that I always speak kindly and, I speak with compassion and what's on my mind is, communicated in a loving way. Oh no, I let that fester until I was just like, done.
Yeah.
And so, I think it served its purpose because we stopped going that fast.
Oh,
Mike actually shifted to make it pleasant for both of us, right?
oh,
So
awesome.
instead of going faster than the speed limit, he would go the speed limit, right? On
Wow.
a motorcycle, 10 miles an hour makes a huge, huge difference.
Wow. I
Yeah.
have never been on a long motorcycle journey. I've only like driven maybe 10 miles on a
Yeah. It's
motorcycle.
different. Oh, it's so different because you can't move around and shift. You can't go to sleep.
Mhm.
You have to be still.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever thought about driving your own motorcycle?
I had a motorcycle of my own for a long time. I had a custom Carolina custom chopper is what my first
Wow.
motorcycle, and I loved it. I did love it. I loved the idea of it. I
Mm.
loved putting on my motorcycle outfit and showing up and having everybody go, "Oh my God, a girl is driving this huge, long chopper," right?
Well,
I liked the
you are
idea.
a badass, Amanda.
Yeah, I was like, "I am a badass." Ugh. I did like that, and I liked knowing how to do it and doing it, and then I realized, I'm like, I don't when you drive a motorcycle, you have to pay all of the attention.
Mhm. Mhm.
100%, you have to pay
Mhm.
attention
Mhm.
because, there is a thin line between alive and dead,
Mhm.
you're
On a
going
motorcycle.
on a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Well, in life, period, but
Yeah.
motorcycles increase it a little bit.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It does bring it to the forefront, um, and I didn't wanna pay
Wow.
that much attention.
Wow. I really love what you just said, how you have to pay, 100% attention and you didn't want that. So you're trusting Mike to do that for you.
Oh, it's a
That
big deal.
it's a big trust, man. That is amazing.
It is a big trust, that I trust him
Yeah.
to pay all the attention. I know him well enough to know that he pays
Hmm.
all of the attention, and
Hmm.
I didn't wanna do that. Um,
Hmm.
I like to look around. Like, I like to do
Hmm.
my Ho'oponopono. I like to close my eyes and just, so you can't do any of
Hmm.
that when you're in the front.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I
And all
can't
the
do it though.
smells too.
Yeah, all the smells, like, it's
Yeah.
just it's just amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
so I know how to
So
ride. I
much.
have my motorcycle rider license. I could do it, but I choose not to.
Mhm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Mhm.
Well,
So
that,
yeah, I was just gonna say it's, just we're wrapping up. It's funny how this motorcycle adventure is really about meditation. It's about mind training. It's about all bringing all of the stuff that we do to, you know, I don't be better people. I don't want to
oh,
compare
well,
myself to others, but
well, maybe just a better version of you.
that's perfect to be the highest
Yeah.
best version of myself.
Yeah.
That's what this whole episode was about.
Yeah. Being your best version. I
Mm,
love it. And there's lots of practices that can help us do that. And we really focused on meditation and Honoponopono today to, and trust. It's a big trust that you just undertook. And
yeah.
you undertake, well, we undertake it every day at different levels, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. Well,
Did you
any
have any
final
Post-its? I'm so
I
curious if you got
didn't.
a
I
Post-it.
didn't do a post it. I
That's okay.
didn't. Just here. This is the one. This is what you experienced as you were riding, Amanda. This is the one post it that I will make. Freedom.
It is freedom. Yeah.
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 Wow. Yeah. Freedom from so much, right?
Yeah.
Freedom from your thoughts, freedom from worry, freedom, so much freedom in what you just shared. Yeah. I love it. So that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And I'm grateful and thankful that Amanda shared her transformation because your transformation is our greatest joy. So let's keep transforming. We're going to be the transformers.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.